3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we have liftoff. Welcome to our weekly English partner training. I want to welcome everyone that I see logging on. Maybe you're catching this live. We're using our Connect meeting room, which is one of the great tools that you get as an Incruises partner. We're also on Facebook Live, so connect with me on Facebook Live. You can share the link on your profile and your pages and your groups. You can share it anywhere, and you can tag people on the comment section of the Facebook Live in case you want to invite someone directly. So make sure to do that. Also, we're going to record this so that we can add it to our YouTube channel, which is a YouTube channel that we started not too long ago. A lot of people have been asking for that, and we finally got it done with the help of my awesome camera, video, picture, social media guy, Rodrigo from Andorra. So check us out on YouTube. And today I really want to share, I don't think we're going to take too much time today. I want to keep the message simple and focused. But I really want to share with you some of the things that have helped us become successful at Incruises and in the world of business and the world of entrepreneurship. But again, I want to welcome everyone that I see. I see more and more people logging in here. We got people here from Miami. We got people here from different parts of Florida. We got the great Miguel Montero. We got Johan from Palma and many other places. We got the UK's in the house. We got Spain is in the house. We got Andorra's in the house. We got people here from Sweden. We've got people here from Norway. We got people here from Mexico. We got people here from all over the world. And I want to welcome everyone. Again, remember, we do these trainings every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Miami time. Tomorrow, I'll also do a training just like this, but in Spanish, for those of you who speak Spanish or have Spanish-speaking people on your teams. Hello, hi, Nal. We got Go here from Michael Velasquez. We got Miguel Montero sending me some fire. I love it. So really, I want to share with you some of the, what I always appreciated about the world of network marketing is that you always had leaders, people who are having success telling you how to do it. And that's one of the things that really hurts a lot of traditional businesses, right? If you open a restaurant, the chances of the guy that owns a successful restaurant right across the street from you telling you, what works, what doesn't work, what made him or her successful, the chances of that happening are too slim and none. It's just not the way it works. If anything, that person maybe wants you not to succeed. But in the world of network marketing, since we're into team building and since your success is my success and my success is my upline success, then, we all want to succeed. So one of the things that I always appreciated about network marketing as we build teams all around the world is the fact that we always have people that are willing to tell you how to do it. We always have people that are willing to tell you what works, what doesn't work, where the landmines are, where not to step, what to do, what not to do. And that's something that really I want you to not take for granted. One of the things that I love about network marketing is the fact that you have people that have done it and they're going to tell you how to do it. And so if, they say success leaves clues. So if you do what successful people have done, then chances are you'll also have success. The second thing that I love about network marketing, and this is really because I want you to value the opportunity that you have. A lot of times people don't succeed in our business because they really don't understand the value that they have in their hands. Not only do you have people that are willing to help you and tell you what works and what doesn't work so that it can save you a lot of time and a lot of heartache and headaches, but you also have a business that, you start, for example, with Incruises for $295, you're in business for yourself. I mean, I have friends of mine that do very well that, that started traditional businesses and where they had to invest, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 to start a business. And one of the things that you have in your hands is not only a business that you can start for $295, but you got a business that you're going to offer other people where they can start their own business for $295. And the more people you help start their own business and the more people you help become successful, the more successful you become. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that incredible? Well, that's the opportunity that you have, and I want you to realize it. I want you to take a moment and think about it. You have a group of people that are here to help you succeed. People who have done it and are teaching you how to do it. Second of all, you have a business that you can start. You can become an entrepreneur. You can become a business owner for $295, man. That's incredible. And then not only that, but then you have a business that you can offer other people where they can start their own business and have a chance at, at living the dream life of being a successful entrepreneur. If you're here in the US, we say you give people a chance at the American dream, and you can do that for them. And if they follow your lead, they can become successful too. And we give you access with $295 to a multi-million-dollar website with people behind the scenes, from programmers and developers and people in marketing and people doing translations. And you've got CEOs working for you, not one, but two, because our company has co-founders and co-CEOs in Frank Codina and Michael Hutchison. You've got people in the legal department working for you. You've got an HR department working for you. You've got a social media department working for you. You've got developers and programmers, and you've got people doing all types of work for you. And how much do we pay for it? $295. And every 6 months, you got to renew with $95. So for basically $190 a year, you get to run your own multi-million-dollar online global international business. And I want you to realize that. And so if you realize the value that you have, the fact that you have and I have in our hands a dream business, when you realize it and you believe it and you internalize it, then when you talk to people, it comes across that way. See, just the other day, I was in Mallorca. As most of you know, I just came back from a trip where I was in Europe for a month and a half. I was in Romania for 10 days, at 2 events over there. And then I spent about a month in Mallorca, which is where I have a place. I was there with Marion and just, having a great time, and did a little work, but most of it was just, just relaxing and eating at great restaurants and seeing the sights and sounds of Mallorca. And then I spent 2 days with our team in Barcelona. And really, I have to pinch myself every day, the fact that after working hard for about 4 or 5 years now, I basically have a business that works with or without me. And I'm sitting at a bar and I'm talking to these guys that are there, talking to Marion and myself. And the guy's like, "What do you do?" I said, "Well, I'm in the cruise business, but it's actually we're using a network marketing compensation program to market our product." And he was like, "Oh," and he kind of made fun of it initially. And he kind of said, "Oh, one of those things." I said, "Yeah, but let me tell you, man, I helped launch this company. We launched it 7 years ago. We're in 200 countries now. We've got 1 million people registered on our website. We've got over 200,000 partners and members that work with us. I have a team in 140 countries. I have a business that pays me money 24 hours a day, whether I work or not. I don't really have to work anymore for the most part. I work not because I have to work. I work because I choose to work, because I love what I do. This company has paid me X amount of money on a monthly basis. And, I have, X amount of people in my organization that make X amount of money on a monthly basis. I've been able to not only become successful, but develop many successful people that are making 6- and 7-figure incomes. And I've got over 55,000 in my team. And all of a sudden, he wasn't really laughing anymore. He wasn't really laughing anymore. He kind of stood back and he says, "Oh, so you're the real deal. You're the result of what can happen to someone in network marketing." I said, "Yeah, man. I mean, this is real." And then he became interested, and then we started talking more, and then, good things started happening as a result of that conversation. Why do I tell you that story? Because I'm going to give you tools to help you get results. Because at the end of the day, what matters for you and your family and in your business is results. You either make excuses or you make money, but you can't do both. You either get results or you get excuses for the results you don't get, but you can't do both. And when you get results, there is nothing like results. There's nothing like building a business that you make money. At the end of the day, you know how rich people keep score? How much money do you make? Wealth, accumulating wealth, making money, making income, which is what I know you're here to do, is the way rich people keep score. Imagine if I was to sit with someone and I said to you, "This guy is very successful." And you say, "How much money does he make?" "Well, he doesn't really make that much money." Well, how can you be successful in business if you're not making money? So when you get results, you get to hush, you get to quiet the naysayers in your life and the naysayers that you meet. For example, imagine if I had sat with that guy and I had said, "Well, I'm in this business. I've been doing it for years and years, but I believe in it, but I don't really make money, then he can talk all he wants because I'm not getting results. So let me ask you a question. Do you want to get results? Are you results oriented? Are you here to become successful? I'm assuming if you're here is because you are. Well, I want to show you how. So that when you meet someone like that and you present your business to them, within a few months from now, maybe a year or two, you can say that you have results. And when you have results and you can speak about your results, and when you can show them your results, and all of a sudden you hush the naysayers. I call it, you got to drown out the negativity with positivity. How do you drown out a negative person? Well, you drown them out with positive, what? Positive results. So if you want to get results in your life, then there are certain things that you're going to have to focus on to be able to get results. Because that's what I want for you. I want you to live a life of results. I want you to be the reason. I want you to be a reason for other people to believe that they too could become successful, not an excuse. See, as long as you and I don't succeed, as long as you don't get promoted, as long as you don't make money, as long as you don't build a big organization, as long as you don't develop residual income, money that comes in whether you show up or not, then you are giving other people an excuse to not succeed. So let me ask you a question. Do you want to be the reason for people to succeed, or do you want to be an excuse for people to succeed? And what are you now? Right now, because you don't have results, you're an excuse. Guess what? You can change that. For a long time, I was giving people an excuse. Why? Because I wasn't getting results. So what are some of the things that you can do to get results? Well, we talked about some of this last week, I believe. And we talked about how it is that, you know, first of all, you got to get clear on what you want, right? We know that you got to be goal-oriented. You got to write your goals down. What do you want? Do you want to live the life maybe that I lived? Do you want to be able to travel to Europe for a month and a half? No, not for a week or two, which is what most people do if and when they ever go to Europe. I know for those of you who are in Europe that it's not a big deal for you. Maybe for you would be coming over to the U.S. and, you know, coming to Miami and checking out New York City and checking out the West Coast, California. I had the pleasure of living in California for 3 years, a few years back. And maybe that's your Europe, right? But, you know, I heard this the other day from Mark Aceta, which is one of my mentors. He said, Abel, you know what the worst thing about success is? A little bit of success. That's the worst thing. So I'm not going to teach you how to have a little success, because that would be bad. I want to teach you how to have a lot of success. You know, maybe live a life where you can take off for a month and a half and go live in your apartment in Mallorca for a month, and then spend a couple of days at an event, you know, where you were invited to speak to a team that you have in Barcelona, and spend 10 days with another team of yours in Romania. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe, you know, you want residual income, you know, money that keeps coming in whether you show up or not, which I'm telling you, if you're network marketing, if that's not one of your goals, then there's something wrong with your brain. One of the things that you got to have as your main goal is you got to have a goal of developing a business that pays you residual income. That means money that keeps coming in whether you show up or not. I showed a friend of mine the other day, I showed him one of my emails where I'm getting a $5 residual income check deposited in my InCruise's wallet, and he laughed. He's like, Abel, $5? Really? That's the residual income you're selling people on? He didn't know about my business. And I said, yeah, but imagine if you got 400 of those emails on a daily basis, each email worth $5 to your bank account. That's about $2,000. When they open up the month and they start paying residuals to us, I bring in residual income at about $1,800, $1,900, $2,000 a day. And he said, whoa, all right, sign me up. So is that what you want? Do you want to live a life where you can travel, where you don't have a little bit of success, but a lot of success? Do you want to live a life where you're making $1,000, $2,000 a day in residual income? Well, there are certain things that you got to do to make that happen. One of the things that you got to do is you got to be prepared to receive success. I talked about this last week. I'm just going to go over it really fast. I want you to understand that success wants to come into your life. You, in your life. Success wants to come into your life. Success, the way I view success is an energy. Success is an energy. It's flowing around and it wants to come into your life, but it's only going to come into your life if you're ready to accept it, if you're ready to receive it. Are you ready to receive success? Are you prepared to receive success? Well, Abel, I think I am. How do I know? Well, these are the ways you know that you're ready to receive success. Number one, you got to have the mindset of success. You got to have the right mindset to be able to attract success. What is the right mindset? It's an all-in mindset. It's a 100% committed mindset. You know, before InCruises, I worked with one company for about 15 years with Frank Codina, our co-founder. While I was building that business, I did not try to build any other business. I did not work in multiple network marketing companies at the same time. Well, the company didn't even allow it, but I didn't focus on anything else. I had a 100% committed mindset to that company. My time there was done after 15 years. I left with Frank Codina. We launched InCruises. And now this is the business that I'm focused on. Now, when you make a lot of money in network marketing, then you can start doing other things. But to build a successful team, you got to have the mindset of success, which is a 100% committed mindset. The mindset that I had when I started the world of entrepreneurship and the world of network marketing was this. It's a 100% commitment mindset. Option number one, succeed. Option number two, succeed. Option number three, there is no option three. So when people ask me, Abel, why did you succeed? Why didn't you give up when times were tough? Why didn't you quit? Well, because that was never an option. If you remember, I just gave you the two options that I had. I had option number one, which was to succeed, and option number two was to succeed. Quitting was never an option. That is the mindset that you have to be ready to accept success. Let me ask you a question. Is that your mindset? Is that the mindset that you have towards your business? Because if that's the mindset that you have, then you've already done one of the things that you need to have to be able to attract that success energy. Number two is you got to focus on what Anthony Robbins calls, what Hutch has talked about, CANI, C-A-N-E-I, C-A-N-E-I, constant, never-ending improvement. You got to focus on self-development. You got to prepare yourself to receive success. You cannot stay the person that you are now, because if you do, you will remain in the life you live. If you want that life, then you have to grow as a person. So you got to always work on self-development. You guys know what that is. That's reading the right books, surrounding yourself with the right people, going to the right webinars and the right seminars, watching the right videos on YouTube, not wasting time on social media, but using social media instead of letting social media use you, listening to the right audios. I remember when I had to drive to appointments back in the day, even though now we do most of what we do online, but back in the day when I was building my first network marketing business, you go into my car and I was on my way to appointments, and it's Miami, right? So we got a lot of Miami traffic. Sometimes I'd be in traffic for 30, 45 minutes to an hour just to go see a client. I didn't know what the famous artist of the day was. I had no idea what songs were popular, because when you turned on my radio, it was nothing but self-development. It was Anthony Robbins. It was Robert Kiyosaki. It was all the greats. John Maxwell. It was Brian Tracy teaching me how to be a better salesperson. So the second thing that you got to do to attract that energy, which is success, into your life, is constant and never-ending improvement. You got to focus on that. And number three is you got to focus on what we call DMA, daily massive activity. You got to get to work. You got to get to work at the right things. You gotta focus on prospecting. You got to focus on prospecting on a daily basis. I talk to people all the time, and I say, when was the last time you talked to a brand new person? When was the last time that you gave a presentation? Oh, it's been a few weeks. Well, that's like you telling me that you're a fisherman, but you don't fish. Fishermen, what do? They fish. If you don't fish, you can't call yourself a fisherman. Well, you can't call yourself an InCruises partner if you're not fishing. In other words, prospecting, daily, massive activity. And you're only going to have to do that for a while. You're not going to have to do it forever. Because then you can get to where I am, which is where I have a business that grows so much every month, that produces so much every month, that I don't have to do it, but I want to do it because I love it and because I have bigger goals. So daily, massive activity. You got to get to work. You got to prioritize prospecting in your schedule. You got to do it first. Most people prospect later in the day, and they do everything else first. And if they have time, then they prospect, whether it's online or offline. You got to prioritize prospecting. You got to get on presentations every day. You got to give at least one new presentation every day. If you're talking to 4 or 5 new people on a daily basis, trust me, you're going to be able to get on one presentation. You got to learn how to get good at getting, someone to join you on closing. ABC, always be closing. You got to close people. You got to learn how to get someone started. You got to know how to get someone off to a fast start. Those are what I call the 4 pillars of your business. Imagine your business as a fortress, right? Imagine your in-cruises business or whatever business you're in that has to do with sales or network marketing. Maybe you're on Facebook or you're seeing this on YouTube and you're like, well, I'm not in cruises. This applies to your business. The 4 pillars of that fortress that is your business is prospecting, presenting, closing, and getting a brand new person off to a fast start. The foundation of that fortress, what keeps those pillars together, is moving your business, getting people from big event to big event. And then the ceiling of that business, what protects that fortress, is self-development. And that's what it takes. So if you want to attract success in your life, I want you to ask yourself those questions. Well, is that what I'm doing? Am I focused on those 4 pillars on a daily basis? Am I focused on having the right mindset? Am I focused on constant and never-ending improvement? And am I focused on daily massive activity? Because if you do, you will change your life. If you do, everything changes. I remember one of my heroes in business, who's now a multi-billionaire, the founder of our prior company, one of the things that he said was, man, if I knew how good it was, I would have worked so much harder. And even though I'm not a billionaire, but I do well, I want you to know that if you only knew how great it was to have some financial freedom, you would work so much harder. And that's what it takes. So today I want to talk to you about 4 letters. There they are. I want you to write that down. SAAR. That's an acronym, right? SAAR. And if all you do is focus on these 4 concepts, this acronym, SAAR, you will have all of the success that you want to have. You will attract success into your life. You will make more money. You will grow a big team. You will become a marketing director. You'll get promoted to senior marketing director. You'll get promoted to regional director, national director, international director, executive director, and board of directors and above. If you focus on this, if that's what you want, this is what it's going to take. S stands for skills. You got to work on your skills. The first A is activity. You got to get active. You got to get yourself into action, into the right activities on a daily basis. The second A is attitude. And the last letter, the R, is results. All right, this is how most people that join a network marketing company, including in cruises, this is what they want. They want to start at the end. They want results first. And most people that quit network marketing is because they don't get results. Could you imagine someone quitting your business, someone quitting your team? Could you imagine someone quitting a network marketing company if they were getting results? What are the chances of you quitting your business, of you giving up? Although, if it's not an option, like I told you before, it'll never happen. See, quitting was never an option for me. I was either going to make it or die trying. But what are the chances that the average person quits if they're getting results? 0. If you're making money, you're not leaving that company. But most people think that it starts there. How many people have I recruited? How many people have you recruited? They get started a few days in, a few weeks in, a couple months in, they're still not getting big results. And they're like, hey, you know what? I quit. This isn't working for me. This doesn't work. Because what they did was they focused on the last letter first. The reason it's the last letter in the acronym, it's because it's the last thing that happens. If you want to get R for results, you got to focus on your skills. What are you doing on a daily basis to get better? We talked about it already. It all goes together. It all comes full circle. Constant and never-ending improvement. See, when I got started in network marketing, I had 0 skills. I had 0 sales skills. I had zero presentation skills. I had zero leadership skills. I was horrible at giving presentations. I didn't know how to prospect. I didn't know how to close sales or get people started. I didn't know anything about the world of business. So it was not going to be possible for me to get results if I didn't focus on skills. You got to hone in on your skills. What are you doing to get better? What are you doing right now to become more attractive? I'm not talking about physically attractive like me. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm talking about what are you doing to be able to attract more people? Do you know that we are in the people attraction business? The way you become more attractive is by working on your skills. It's by getting better. It's by improving. The reason I'm good at what I do is because I was always reading books. When I didn't know how to close sales, I got myself a couple books on how to become a better closer. Then I started doing it, which is the third part of attracting success, daily massive action, because it's no good if you just read the book, but you don't. The best way to learn how to do something, guys, is by doing it. You want to get good at selling? Start to sell. You want to become a great salesperson? Go sell, go give presentations. But I also got the books. I went to these seminars before there were webinars. You know, I paid money to have people that were good at sales teach me how to be good at sales. I read books on how to become a better presenter, how to be better on stage. You know, I listened to audios. You know, when I first started giving my presentation, I recorded Frank giving a presentation, and every day I would listen to Frank giving the presentation until I learned it word for word. I was like a little mini Frank Codina. You got to work on your skills. You got to work on prospecting skills. Get the books, get the audios, get the videos. Surround yourself with people. Go to the webinars, go to the seminars, get on YouTube and increase your skills. That's the first thing you got to do. While you do that, you got to work on number 2, the second letter. But again, before I tell you that, are you doing that? If not, you got to start. Are you attractive enough? Are you attracting people? The way you attract people is by honing in on your skills. It's by getting better. Are you doing that? You want the R, right? You want the results? You got to work on your skills, man. What are you doing today to improve your skills? Abel, what are the skills that I need to improve on? Mainly the 4 pillars of prosperity, the 4 pillars of having a prosperous network marketing business. You got to work on prospecting skills, how to talk to more people, how to get good at that, how to do it different ways, offline and online. There's so much stuff out there on that. So much stuff for free. Before we used to have to pay for everything. Now you get so much stuff for free on the internet. You gotta work on your presentation skills. You gotta work on your closing skills. And you gotta work on your skills to be able to get a brand new person started in business and off to a fast start. You gotta work on relationship skills and you gotta work on leadership skills. The S, ladies and gentlemen, is everything. The A, activity. Man, are you active on a daily basis growing your business? If you treat your business like a profession, it'll pay you like a profession. How do I know you're treating your business like a profession? Because you're active on a daily basis. Every morning I woke up, I would do my little one-on-one personal meeting with myself. I'm not going to get into all the details for that because we don't have time, but I did a one-on-one personal meeting with me. The first person you got to meet with before you meet anyone else during the day is you got to take 20 to 30 minutes to meet with yourself. I would go over my gratitudes. I would go over my affirmations. I would read a little bit. I would watch a motivational video, listen to a motivational audio. I would prepare myself. But right after that, the first thing I did was I got active in my business. I was out prospecting, talking to new people, making phone calls, sending messages. Activity is everything. Activity is everything. If you are active on a daily basis, you will get the results. What type of activity? I told you, prospecting, presenting, closing, and getting a new person off to a fast start. And then you work on relationship skills and leadership skills. You do that, and that's it. Activity is everything. If you want to get the results, you got to do the activity. If you want to recruit one brand new person, chances are you're going to have to give about 4 to 5 presentations. You want to recruit a brand new person, you can't give one presentation. You might get lucky, but I guarantee you that if you give 4 or 5, you're going to recruit one. What happens if you start doing 4 to 5 presentations on a weekly basis? You're going to get wide. You're going to recruit one new person that's going to take you to their markets, to their friends, to their family members, to their social media connections. And you're going to start helping them build their business, which builds your business. But you got to do 4 to 5 presentations per week. That'll get you one new direct per week. If you do one new direct per week for 52 weeks in a year, you're going to be 50 wide in 1 year. Listen to me. Activity is everything. If you just made this your goal, if you can just take this one tip from today's training, if you just made this your goal, 1 year from now, your life will be so much better. Go get 50 wide in the next 12 months. Write that down. That should be one of your goals. I want to go get 50 wide. Guess what? The average board of directors at Incruises is 50 wide. Some have done it with more, some have done it with less. But the average is 50. So get a clue. Success leaves clues. If you do what they did, you'll get their results. Go get 50 wide over the next 12 months. How do you do that? 4 to 5 presentations per week. That'll give you one direct. How do you get on 4 to 5 presentations per week? You got to talk to 20 to 25 new people per week. Do you know your numbers? Do you know your numbers? Those are the numbers. I just gave it to you. Abel, what do I got to do to change my life? Go get 50 wide. How much time in a year? That's 1 a week. That's not 5 a week or 10 a week. You got to get activity. You got to hone in on your skills, the first S. You got to get active, and you got to know your numbers. The second one, attitude. Attitude is everything. That same mentor of mine taught me that. He's a multi-billionaire. He used to say it all the time. Attitude is everything. You got to be a positive person because positive people attract people. If you got to work on that, you got to work on it then. How do you work on it? You got to surround yourself with the right people. You got to read the right books. You got to watch the right videos, listen to the right audios, plug into all of your company events, all the webinars, all the seminars, all of you that are here today. Man, that's awesome. You know where I got the most motivated as I was growing my business? When I went to a meeting and a speaker told me their story and how they went from nothing to something, and that motivated me. That made me a positive person. You got to stay close to the fire. You got to stay close to the fire. You can never miss a webinar or a meeting or an event. Should never stop working on self-development. That's how you're going to have a great attitude. And when you have a great attitude, you're going to attract more people. It's going to come out in the way you prospect. It's going to come out in the way you present. It's going to come out in the way you treat your team, the way you develop personal relationships with your team. Attitude is everything. But let me tell you, your attitude isn't always going to be positive. Mine isn't. I have up days and down days. But you got to work on it all the time. And if I ever have a bad attitude, guess what? You're never going to know about it because I'm never going to show you. And if I ever get down, I get down momentarily and I focus on getting back up. I call it reboundability. You got to be able to rebound. You're going to get knocked down. Your best guy's going to quit on you. No one's going to show up to your meeting. Someone's going to say no to you. You're going to give them a great presentation. They're going to tell you they're going to get started, and then you can't find them. There are things that are going to happen to you in the world of business that will knock you down, but you can't stay down for long. Seconds, minutes, maybe an hour, that's it. Then you got to rebound. Rebound ability is one of the most important abilities that you got to work on. What is your ability to rebound? Is it hours, days, weeks? Man, it's got to be fast. The greatest leaders in the world are people that are able to rebound quickly. One of the secrets that I always used, because people say to me all the time, Abel, how do you stay so positive? Why are you always so positive? It's called building a bridge from negative feelings to positive feelings. I learned this in the book, The Power. I suggest you pick it up. I actually listened to the audio. The audio is even better. Look up The Power, and it talks about bad feelings, bad emotions, and good emotions. And it talks about the bad emotions, fear, resentment, scarcity, feeling down, being negative. It talks about all the bad emotions, the bad feelings. And then it talks about the good feelings, love, faith, optimism, feeling good, right? Good feelings. And in this book, the author says that the fastest way to go from feeling bad to feeling good, and I've done it my whole life and it works, trust me, is you gotta build a bridge with gratitude. So whenever you're feeling down, you gotta start thinking about the things that you are grateful for, from little things to big things. Whenever I'm down, I catch myself and I say, man, I gotta get in a positive mindset. So I start saying, and I say it out loud. I say, man, I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful for my brothers. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my apartment. I'm grateful for this electricity. I'm grateful for my computer. I'm grateful for Frank Caldina. I'm grateful for Michael Hutchison. I'm grateful for, the overrides that I get. I'm grateful for my team. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for the shower that I have. I'm grateful that I have running water. I'm grateful that I have furniture. I'm grateful that I woke up today. I'm grateful for the sky. I'm grateful for the trees. I'm grateful for the fact that I have a ceiling over my head. And it's working on me right now. I'm feeling better as I do that. So remember, the way you go from having a bad attitude to having a good attitude in the shortest amount of time is you have to show gratitude. You have to have an attitude of gratitude. The second way you have that third letter, which is attitude, which is the way you build a great attitude, a positive attitude, is not only showing gratitude and saying it out loud, but it's getting active. Action is everything. One of my mentors used to say, Abel, you're not always going to feel like doing it. But discipline is doing what you have to do, and you have to do it no matter what. He used to say this, write this one down. Winning has nothing to do with how you feel, but everything to do with what you do when you don't feel like it. So one of the things that I do when I don't feel like I have the right attitude, when I'm feeling a bit down, when I'm feeling a bit low, and when maybe something in my business is not working, is I get action going. You can't think about it. You got to get active. Make a phone call. Call somebody. Prospect someone. Get on social media. Send messages. Force yourself to get on a presentation. And activity will lead to a great attitude. It's when you think about it so much that you get even more down. Another great thing I learned from one of my mentors is thinking about it is harder than doing it. So that third one, attitude, remember, attitude is everything, and I've given you the keys to how to get there. And then guess what? When you do that, you know what you're going to have? The last letter, results. You're going to get the results. But it's the last thing that happens. You got to work on your skills. You got to work on your activity. You got to work on your attitude. And if you do that, you'll have the R for results. What kind of results do you want? What do you want to do more of? Is it helping a cause that you're grateful about? What kind of results do you want? Do you want to have a big team? Do you want to be a board of directors? Do you want to be an executive director? Do you want to go make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to do wonderful, great things for your family? Do you want to, take your kids on incredible vacations, do things for your parents that maybe they weren't able to do for you? Do you want to donate money to a cause, to your church, to an organization? Do you want to help people? Do you want to live in Spain and live in Miami too? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to buy a nice car? Do you want to buy a beautiful luxury car? Do you want to get yourself a Lamborghini? Do you want to get yourself a Ferrari? Do you want to buy a beautiful big home? Do you want to? Well, then you know what? You got to take the no's now so that your families don't take the no's from you later. And that's something that always motivated me. I said, you know what? I'm going to take the no's now so I don't have to say no to my children. So I don't have to say no to someone that asked me for help. So I don't have to say no to the people that I love. I'll take the no's so that they don't have to hear no from me later on. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if all you did was focus on those 4 letters, focus on getting your skills up to par, honing in on your skills, work on the right daily activities, and understand the numbers it's going to take to get the results you want. Always focus on having a great attitude, on rebounding back as quickly as possible through getting yourself active, daily actions, and having an attitude of gratitude. You're going to get the results that you want in your life. I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, because I'm telling you, I'm right. It worked for me. It can work for you. Again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Abel Prieto, and I am coming to you live from Miami, Florida. I look forward to seeing you next week, the next partner training. I want to give you more and more tips to help you grow your business. I love you guys. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.